Prayer Transiparta is offered to ward off all obstructions in the pursuit of study, and the study must be fruitful. Deities are invoked so that they keep our body in trim condition so that we can take to this pursuit fruitfully. First sentence, that is, Bhadram karnebhi shrunayama devaha. We have seen devaha, or deities, who favor our different limbs in the body, Jnanendriya and Karnendriyas, enable them to function. May you please see that our body is in fit condition. O Devaha, Dehanugunayukta Sarve Devaha. All deities which favor, enable the limbs of our body. Devaha. Karnebhi Shunayama. So Karnebhi, in the ears. Bhadram Shunayama. Again, Karnebhi means what? Our ears also must be in good condition. Suppose you can't hear, what will happen? No extravagance. I told you the other day. A brahmachari was there who had defect with one ear. He used to say jocularly, I have got only 50% Shravana. Why? Other ear he can't hear. So not that way. Let my ears be in good condition so that I can hear properly. Bhadram. What is Bhadram? Bhajaniyam. Highly adorable, worshipful. Kalyana Vachanam. Mangala, auspicious teaching. Which is that most auspicious teaching? Nirvishesha Brahmajnana. That is the teaching about attributeless, nirguna, Brahma, all that teaching which unfolds Brahma Swarupa, that is Vedanta Jata, entire Vedanta. Bhadram Shunayam. This we have seen. Now, say, Yajatraha Akshabhi Bhadram Pashyema. We, Mayam, we, who are we? Yajatraha. Yajatraha literally means Agnihotri. You know what Agnihotri? The Brahmana who after marriage does the Agnihotra ritual, the least Vedic ritual. The topmost Vedic sacrifice is Ashwamedha. This is the least unit of this. That is what is called as the Yajatraha. That is the Agnihotra. But here it means, it can be Yajatraha, can mean Yajantam Trayate iti Yajatraha. The one who protects, who Yajantam, who does sacrifice, I mean deities. You know, Stotra, how the word Stotra has come? Stuvantam Trayate iti Stotra, which protects the one who praises. So here, Yajantam Trayate, one who does a sacrifice, that person protects what? Deities. That is addressed vocative to deities also. That is what is that? So that is deities, or it can mean also we who perform sacrifices. Different meaning can be us. Please protect us, or they are us who this is. What should be done? We should see what Akshabhi Bhadram Pashyema. That which let us see that which is auspicious. Good, like what? The form of Bhagavan, form of Guru, something which is auspicious. Nowadays you cast your eyes around, what you see? Modern devatas, you know. Who are modern devatas? Filmy stars. Huh? You open any newspaper, full of, they are big bhaktas are there. Big bhaktas of these people are there. So that is what, auspicious. So Bhagwan's picture or something or Guru, etc. So that is, let us see, that is, which is auspicious in nature, we see. Also, let our eyes be in good condition. If you are not able to see, what you are handicapped. So handicapped means the person is handicapped. So that will say, so, Jajatraha Bhadram Pashyema Akshabhi, without I, may we see that is Mangalakara, that is auspicious in nature. Further, Sthiraihi Angaihi Tanubhi Tushtuvansaha Yat Ayuhu Devahitam Veshema. Sthiraihi Angaihi. Angas, there are limbs. And what should be their nature? Sthira. First, you should be healthy and strong. Healthy, swastha. You know what is swastha? Sustha. Swast means sita. This word. Our true nature is healthy. If you are sick, you are not in your nature. That's why if someone is very healthy, what is wrong with you? Do you ask? Nowadays you are so healthy. No, you will lose your teeth, okay? So, but somebody is sick. Hey, what happened to you? Why you are so lean, etc. You can, because that's not your nature. So that says, Sthiraihi, with a strong and sturdy, that is healthy limbs, which are not loose, etc., which have not lost their capacities. Angaihi, by the grace of you, presiding deities, my limbs which are strong and healthy. So, Yat Ayuhu means with a healthy body, strong body, Yat Ayuhu, whatever lifespan is there for us. How much lifespan? You know, when we are born, it is already determined. It's a, when the person will die, where the person will die, how the person will die, everything is predetermined. Only Bhagavan keeps it a secret. Because if we come to know that we will be dying after 87 years, and he is now 15 years, from now itself he will be called Jivan Bhrutaha, not Jivan Bhukta. Living will be as good as dead as well. It is kept secret as well. So that is that. Whatever are you, that is are you. Unless some special consideration by whom? Ishvara is there, it will be predetermined. Generally, Ishvara doesn't interfere in this except in exceptional cases. You know, one version of Markandeya is that they say that the parents told him that he went to Shiva this thing, and that is one version. Other version is, so he was a very bright and brilliant boy. He was going somewhere. He saw some sages, rishis. He went and did namaskar. They blessed him, Chiranjeevo, live life. Then they could make out his lifetimes were 16. They were perturbed. One word will go wrong. We have uttered something wrong. Then what they did? They took him to Brahmaloka. To whom? Prajapati Brahmaji. And at the custom, not only boy and all their procedures. When the boy was there, Chiranjeev, live life long. They got relieved. Who has said no? So Brahmaji said. Then they said, this is the matter. No. He will live till I live. So that is how it is. So that is whatever lifespan it is determined. Not bother whatever allotted, live properly with the best use of it, with the ambition to the goal to reach the highest. Rest you leave it to Ishvara, he will take care of it. You do what you have to do. He will do what he has to do. You don't expect him to do this and that. You don't like, he need not be told. We have to be told. He need not be told. That's what I say, no? Genesis. Bhagavan says, if you put one step towards me, I will put 10 steps towards you. So rest assured that he will do his job. But you see that you do your job. Tushtovamsa tanubhi Asirangai, that means with a healthy body, with all limbs, etc. Tanubhi, by bodies. Or tanubhi can also mean the Sukshma Brahma Gocharabhi Shrutibhi. Sukshma Brahma Gocharabhi Shrutibhi. By Shruti statements, by Upanishad statements, which are Gochara, whose Vishaya is, topic is, or which reveal Sukshma Brahma. What is Sukshma Brahma? Can you give me a synonym for that? For this word Sukshma? Atindriya, imperceptible. See, subtler an entity, it is what? Less perceptible. Grosser an entity, more perceptible. Earth has got 5 gunas, it can be perceived by all the Jnanendriya sense organs. Akasha, only what? Shabda either can be heard. And Brahma, even free from Akasha, it is imperceptible. Atindriya cannot be perceived by the sense, like Brahma, which can be perceived, that is what? Which is imperceptible, that those Shrutis, that is by with the help of that, Tushtuvamsaha. Tushtuvamsaha means praising you. This is a very little sophisticated word. It has originated from the verb dhatu stu. Stu, stauti, staviti, or stute, staviti, second conjugation, Ubhayapada. Those who know it, others don't bother. Its perfect tense, third person, plural is tushtu. Then perfect tense, third person, plural. To that tushtu, one vas suffix is added, and the perfect participle is made. It is like tushtuvas, declined like vidvas, vidvan, vidvansa, vidvansaha, like that. We who praise you, etc., such person, we tushtuvamsa, yat ayuhu, whatever the lifespan that is allotted to us, devahitam yaje veshema. So devahitam, it is in the Veshema means Vishema Vayam Prapnuyama. So may we get it. How? Devaitam, in the service of this deities, or Devata can be by your grace, by the grace of you all, or in the service of who? Devatas, means let us spend our life like that only. Kasheba, may we use it, so may we do that way. Now this is one prayer. There are 2 prayers. Those who are not able to take to such prayer, a simpler prayer is given. The second mantra is, that is, Swastina Indro Vriddashrava. Here, O Vriddashrava Indra Naha Swasti. There you have to add in all these sentences Dadhatu, Dadhatu, Dadhatu. That is there at the end. So that is Dadhatu means Dadhatu. That is there. That is to be added to all. It is like this. So Vriddashravaha Indra Naha Swasti Dadhatu. Dadhatu can mean to that is that grant us, welfare, give us. Swasti literally means welfare. You have heard? Swasti Vachana. Swasti Vachana is a ceremonial ritual which is done before the start of any religious functions, etc. Or blessing or prayer for the good of the other. For example, when Abhimanyu was to go to the battle, you know that kind of context. Chakravyuha was formed and at Pandavas were challenged. Arjuna was somewhere that is preoccupied, he could not do that. The Dharmaraj, etc., nobody knew how to tackle the Chakravyuha. Abhimanyu knew it, you know the story. When the mother Uttara was what? Pregnant, at that time Krishna was talking, he was telling, and somebody was responding, who, who. He thought Uttara is responding. He found Uttara is what? Asleep. They thought the guy in the stomach is what? He is responding. By that time, how to enter and this thing was over. How to come out, Krishna stopped. So he knew only 50% literally. He didn't know how to come out. And he said, I will all for the even Dharmaraja told us, don't do that, not possible. He was not ready yet. Finally they had to allow. At that time, all elderly people, Kunti, Draupadi, all that they did Swasti Vachana, invoking all Shiva, this, that, etc. Finally what happened? What was to happen? Happened. So Swasti. But generally it's the Swasti Vachana is this thing. But it has got its own limitation. Prarabdha, even this stand for that much only as such. That is Swasti Vachana. Welfare. So otherwise, Swasti can be, see, me give us Swasti. What is that? Paripurna Brahmanandam Dadhatu. Me give us what? Paripurna. Limitless. What Ananda? Brahmananda. Me give. Desirable or desirable? पता है क्या है करके? Brahmananda. Do you know what is Brahmananda? At least this much no. If anyone say, yes, certainly. Blast off. You know how? The source of all the source of all joy you can eke out in the entire cosmos, that original source is what? Brahman. Huh? Where did you find this? Come to Mandukya. So learn Upanishads, learn Vedanta, and you'll find. Then don't be listening, start searching here and there. You know where it is? You are true. A trailer can be given. What is that? In sleep, that happiness you experience, which at that time you don't know. After waking up, you remember. On account of what did you get it? For you to be happy in the waking and dream state, what all things are necessary? Fulfillment of your desires, sense indulgence, Vishaya Bhoga. You know, sense object need to be, that is indulged in. In sleep, what were you indulging in? Neither the sense objects were there, nor sense organs and organs of action are there, and still happiness there. That is your Swarupa, that is Atmananda, that is Brahmananda. Please know for certain, Upanishad is not cock and bull story. It is what your Swarupa, provided you should be available with an open mind to inquire with due preparation of the mind. It is not something that Vedanta is not a thing to be believed. It needs to be inquired and investigated and discovered personally. How adjustment, etc., that is true. If you don't adjust and this thing and then what? Exposed to Vedanta, you will be like a person who has not adjusted the microscope and all continuously looking at the object only to get migraine, okay? Headache. So therefore, see, know for certain what is the status of Upanishads. It is not. It makes us discover what in reality we are, which is Brahmananda Sarupa, Paramananda Sarupa, the very basis of all joys enjoyed by all entities, Hiranyagarbha onwards to any insignificant being, all put together is nothing but infinitesimal portion of Brahman. We have got this, what is that, statistics or this measurement of this happiness is Vrihadaranyaka and Taittiriya, what is called as Ananda Mimamsa. And all this is into the happiness enjoyed by all entities in the creation compared to the Brahmanda, that is the source of universe. So this is Swasti Dadhatu, may they grant us this Brahmanda, means may our pursuit of Upanishadic study be successful so that we directly discover, directly experience our Brahmananda Sarupa. Not just simply gathering the information as such, discover to our true nature. What hinders us our true nature? Am I there? Whatever called I is there, and that you say what? Atma, Paramatma, Brahma. Is not? It should necessarily be what? Paramananda Sarupa. And do you experience yourself that I am? Yes. No? Yes. Somebody said. I am. If you don't experience, then what will happen? What does it mean? Papa, ayo, poor chap. Till now he was all right. You don't know what happened. He left the body. No, not that. I am. But this I am doesn't tally with what Upanishads say. What Upanishads say? This I has no birth, no death. It has no sorrows. It is free from all upadhis. What is the first line? Right opposite. Because of upadhis. Including ajnana, ignorance also is upadhi. Get rid of upadhi, ignorance and its consequent effect. You are what you are. Even you can't say, I am Brahma Swarupa. You know why? Even this word Brahma will not have access there. You know what is meant by Brahma? Biggest. When you say biggest, it's a relative word. What should be there? Small. Still we have used the Brahma. In Brahma, neither big is there, nor small is there. But in Vyavahara, from our realm of ignorance, we have to use this word and directly discover what it is, where no words have got access. So that is there. Swastina of this Indraha. Who is that Indraha? Vruddhashrava. Shrava is Shravas, that Shrava is Kirti. Vrihashrava. One who is Kirti, one who is famous, the one who is very famous. Vruddhashrava. Brihat Kirti, the one who is very famous. Vruddhashrava. So we are that Indra, Devendra, king of God. Naha to us, Swasti, Suasti, or may he grant us that Paramananda. Further, Vishwavedaha Usha Naha Swasti Dadhatu. Again, Dadhatu you bring that. Earlier also, in the case of Indra also, Swasti Dadhatu. So here, Vishwavedaha. Vishwavedaha is one who Vishwam Sarvam Veti Janati iti Sarvajna. Vishwa also means pronoun, everything. One who knows everything means one who is Sarvajna, omniscient. That is that Indra, yes, Vishwaveda. Who is that Vishwa Sarvajna? Usha. Ushan can either be a Vedic deity or Surya, sun. Sun also is called Pushan, and Vedic deity also is called Pushan. We don't know what exactly, but a deity or sun is addressed with Pusha. Naha, to us, Swasti Dadhatu. May he bestow on us either Swasti, welfare, good, or the ultimate Ananda, Paramananda. Arishta Nemi Taksha Naha Swasti Dadhatu. Tarksha. Tarksha is Garuda. Who is Garuda? Vehicle Lord Vishnu. Garuda. Tarksha. Tarksha is the word is one meaning is epithet, adjective for Garuda, or is also name of Garuda's brother called Aruna. Even Tarksha, Lord Shiva also is called as Tarksha. Tarksha Dvaja, one who has got his insignia as what? Garuda, who is the Lord Vishnu. So Tarksha, whatever the Tarksha deity or Garuda, and who is the Arishta Nemi. Arishta Nemi can be one who destroy the Arishta. What is Arishta? Sorrowful, inauspicious. Or Arishta Nemi can be Arishta, Akuntita, Nemihi, Gatihi, Yasyasa. The one who is Nemi, Gati, movement or speed is what? Akuntita, unobstructed. One whose speed is another. So fast flight. Garuda is that last time. Otherwise, Vishnu will not be able to discharge his official work. Supersonic also will not. But he was also humiliated. You know that? You have seen this. Garuda was proud that he is very fast in flight. So Krishna taught him a lesson. You know this Avtara, you know what I mean? Whenever something they do, they clump many things together. That you know this story. In Ramavatar, Lord Rama had told Hanuman, I will give you darshan in Krishna Avatar. Hanuman was very happy. And Krishna in the Krishna Avatar, I said, he called Garuda. You look, in Himalayas there, one old monkey is there. Tell him that Krishna is calling. Vishnu ordered, he went. He told, Krishna has called you. I am not coming, go. That is problem with who? Hanuman. He will recognize only Rama and nobody else. The defect in the word devotion it is. You get attached to one form, one name, but know that others also are same principle. But you are not. He came and reported, he says he is not coming. Go and tell him Rama is calling. He went, so Rama is coming. Acha, I am coming. Then Garuda thought, the old monkey, how he will go? He doesn't have chartered plane also. How will he go? He said, can I give you a lift on my back? No, not necessarily you. Okay, not when they are said, they went. And came and reported. Hanuman said he will come. Krishna said he came and went. He came and went. So fast he was. So fast he was. So that is how it is. So that is, but anyway, Garuda was eagle, not any eagle. So who Vishnu's vehicle, eagle called Garuda. So that is that Garuda, what he should do, Aksha, Swasti Dadhatu, Naha, to us, may he bestow the ultimate good, or may he bestow welfare, so that we can take to this study. Then, Brihaspatihi Naha Swasti Dadhatu. Brihaspati, Guru of Devatas, deities, Sarvajna, is not guilty. I call now internet as Brihaspati. Modern internet as Brihaspati. It has got many things, you can get it, many things you can get in there. But not this Brihaspati. Why? Come on, tell me. This is not internet here. Come on, tell why. Internet is inert. Brihaspati is not a deity. It's not inert entity. Brihaspati is the Deva Guru, the Guru of Devatas, deities. May he bestow on us what is called Swasti, is welfare of the Brahman of the may he grant us. Actually, that becomes Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You are aware of this? Shanti. That is warding off obstructions at three levels. One is Adhyatmika level, bodily level. Obstructions arising from our body. Suppose you are not in good health, what can you expose to teaching? Some headache is there, what will happen with it? Or something little mind is disturbed. So such obstruction should not be, because I am taking to such high pursuit, they should be in good condition. In Adi Bhautika, obstructions arising from surrounding. Suppose you are the same, and some loudspeaker is blaring in the backyard Jhopadpatti. So what can you do? Olden days, this learning used to be where? Forest. One tiger roared. One tiger roared. All students what? Disappeared. Or one snake crept in. Nowadays, one cockroach comes. All these run away. So that is how, that is Adi Bhautika. Then Adi Daimika, obstruction from phenomenal powers. Ativrishti, torrential rain, or drought, tsunamis, earthquakes, lightning, or there's open lightning struck with what happened. All such things, they should not be there. It should be smooth, you see, without any obstacle. Actually, these two mantras are from Samaveda. Mandukya is in which Veda? Atharvaveda. Samaveda, 1874 and 1875. But customarily, they are chanted by studying Mandukya Upanishad from Atharvaveda, Gundaka and Prashna Upanishad from Atharvaveda. That is what is the customarily it is chanted. So with this, now let us enter into Mandukya Upanishad. Now this name Mandukya has come from a sage Manduka Rishi, the Mantradrashta of this is who? Manduka, a Rishi. It is attributed to him and therefore what is called Mandu. Do you know who is Manduka? Frog. Speciality of frog is 10 months it hibernates. No sound. Monsoon, 2 months, it goes on croaking. You know that? I hope you know croaking. So, Bombay you will not get unless some pool of water is nearby, etc. I used to get, nowadays I think it is got to, somebody must have filled up or something. So that is the croaking. In Bhagavata, Brahmana is compared to a frog. Right? A Brahmana, when he is engaged in the vratas, vows, whatever, he is silent. But once the vrata is over, he starts speaking. So like that only we can say, Manduka such a jnani, when he is absorbed in the Sarupa, chup. When he came out, he gave the, and that was croaking also you can say. Croaking, how do you feel when you listen to croaking? All discordant notes. Then this also, yes. You know why discordant? Rishi, Brahmajna, he will speak about what? Brahman. Is it? Is Brahman describable by words? He has to manipulate the word. This is croaking. it is like croaking only. The figurative way of looking, nothing like that. And it is a Upanishad which has got only 12 mantras. But the import of it so great that Gaudapada Acharya wrote Karikas on that. 4 chapters. These 4 chapters are related like this. See, first is Agama Prakarana. Prakarana chapter dealing with Agama Vedas, Upanishad. What it covers, what all it comments upon, we'll see afterwards. Let us take chapter 2 called Vaitathya Prakarana. This Vaitathya Prakarana is that which is Mithya. Jagat is what? Mithya. Is a commentary on 6th mantra of the Upanishad. Then that is 3rd chapter, Advaita Prakarana. So Advaita Prakarana, that is non-dual nature of Brahma is established. Is a commentary on 7th mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. Chapter 4 is, so it is Alata Shanti Prakarana. Chapter 4, Alata Shanti means it is Pravilapana, making, dissolving all that is projected as what? Prapancha. Remaining mantras are commented where? In the 1st chapter, that is what is called Agama Prakarana. It is said among all Upanishads, even if you study one Mandukya Upanishad thoroughly, not simply thoroughly, with the due preparation of mind, enough to gain moksha, enough to gain Atmajnana, Brahmajnana. This is told in Muktikopanishad. Muktikopanishad is an Upanishad which enumerates all, not about 110 or 108 Upanishads, to which Veda it belongs, what are its Shanti mantras, etc., it enumerates. There it says about among about 108 prominent Upanishads. So one, if you study Mandukya Upanishads, enough to gain the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Moksha. See, all shakhas, branches of recensions of Vedas are 1180, 1180, and which are wherein, that is, out of which from Samhita portion presently only 11 shakhas available. Actually, in each shakha there is an Upanishad. How many Upanishads should have been there? 1180. But many are lost. Currently we have got about 220 and it has gone up to 240 or something like that. They are what? Okay, there is a method of verifying the authenticity of the Upanishad. There is also an Upanishad called Allopanishad. You know what is Allah? Sanskrit. Allah in Sanskrit was mother. Allah. Allah means mother. What mother? Divine mother. Of course, there is one fake also. I think Akbar did it. Akbar called a Pandit. Okay, write on the Upanishad. Upanishads are not written like that. Upanishads are revelations. That is that, not that way. The genuine one is that, because Indra also is the God in that. Indra also is that, Allah is that, in that. Anyway, don't bother, okay? Unless you are doing some PhD also. Whatever 10 Upanishad nahi, एक भी Upanishad enough. But we should have preparation of the mind. So therefore, it is said, Mandukyam ekam eva alam mukshunam vimuktaye. Mukshunam vimuktaye. For the vimukti, the moksha of who? Moksha. One Mandukya is, it has got Shankara Bhashya, it has got Gaudapadacharya's Karika, and on both Shankara Bhashya is that, both on the Upanishads and also on the Karika. And Anandagiri Tika is on Bhashya. But here, in the Mandukya, a different style of Anandagiri Tika is there. What is it? Anandagiri Tika explains only Bhashya everywhere. But here, on Gaudapadacharya's Karika, whatever Bhashya is there, what it does is, first explains Karika. Anandagiri himself explains the Karika directly, then comes to the explanation of the Bhashya. That is the advantage we get in the Anandagiri Tika and the Karika Bhashya. Now this study of Upanishad starts generally with what? For any such studies start with, no doubt, Shanti Pata, but there is also what is called as Mangalacharana. Any endeavor, that is what it starts with a Mangalacharana. Mangalacharana is auspicious introduction of either the work or whatever that is taken in the what is being studied now? Study of Mandukya Upanishad. And who is commenting? Adi Shankaracharya. So before starting the Bhashya and before introducing the Upanishad, he gives a Mangalacharana, means an auspicious introduction of this subject matter. as a prayer. Generally, Mangalacharana is an auspicious introduction of the topic as a prayer. What is the purpose of this prayer? It is for three purposes. Number one is what is called a Parisamapti, means proper conclusion of the work that is undertaken. You start an auspicious work and you are unable to complete. So it should not be left incomplete. There are many such things. You have started Mangalacharana, but they are incomplete. In some, Mangalacharana is not found, but they are complete. But we can't say where Mangalacharana is not expressly noted. There can be Mangalacharana by the author. How? Mentally. He might have offered. We have no proof. But generally, it is done as about Parisamapti, successful completion of the work that is undertaken. Then number two is, purpose is Prachaya Gamanam. What is Prachaya Gamanam? That is propagation of what is started among the people of posterity. So the purpose is writing. How? So that people should get benefited. So this should go to the people at large. They should get benefited. So who is involved? Ishvara is involved. The third is Shishtachara. That is Acharana, a behavior, conduct of Shishta. Shishta means those who follow Shastra. Adorable people, ideal people, whose conduct can be emulated by what? Other people. That is practice of wise people. Why? Yadyadacharati shrestha tatsadevi turojana. Whatever an exalted person does, others follow. So they should be given, that means guidance to the others. So that is Shishtachara. Actually, it is said, one who is, or one whose mind is always absorbed in Bhagavad Tattva, for him, no Mangalacharana is necessary. You must have heard this mantra. Sarvada sarvakaleshu nasti tesham amangalam yesham hridisto bhagavan mangalayatanam hari. For such people, amangala is not there. Something inauspicious is not there. There is a question of auspicious. Who are they? Sarvada sarvakaleshu. At all time, under all circumstances. That is what sarvakaleshu. Nasti tesham amangalam. To such person, amangala, inauspicious is not. Who are they? Yesham hridistha bhagavan. In whose heart antakarana mangalayatanam hari shishtachara. One should follow this healthy practice. The prayer will help you. Now here, and when Adi Shankaracharya does Mangalacharana, he will not simply pray like that. He will tell you what is in store for you now. What are you in for? What is the subject matter that you are going to discover now? So that is, yes or no? Do that. Two birds in one shot, not yet two birds, many birds in one shot. One shot. So that is how it is. It gives us what is the topic that you are in for. What is the purpose of this study? All this. Now, two verses are there. Don't get discouraged. We will chant it repeatedly. And in every class, after Bhadran Karne bhi, we will chant this in the beginning, line by line, so that you are accustomed with that. And afterwards, you will be happy. One thing is that if you understand this properly, and if you dwell on the meaning of this, it will help you for Nididhyasana. It will help you what you are in for. It will remind you what exactly is this Mandukya Upanishad. Now, it will be chanted, you repeat minimum 3 times. Today there is no time. Only once we chant, and from next time 3 times we will chant. First follow it, then together, etc. Until you are at home with this. Many of you have chanted and it must be committed to your memory. I am not teaching for the first time. I have taught Mandukya Upanishad, Karika with Bhashya in 1990s. 1994. Date also is that. Right. 1994 started. I think maybe 2.5 years or something. Only twice a week it was. Twice a week class. So that is that. So we'll study it in detail so that you can keep in your mind what is that subject that is there, which you are now going to explore again and again from different standpoints.
प्रज्ञानांशु प्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकरौ व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् प्रज्ञानांशु प्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकरौ व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् प्रज्ञानांशु प्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगांस्तविष्टान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् भुक्त्वा भोगांस्तविष्टान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् भुक्त्वा भोगांस्तविष्टान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि
Together once.
प्रज्ञानांशुक्रतानैस्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् सविष्टान् पुनरपि धिषणो भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि.
Don't get scared because Sanskrit is mouthful. See, you want to listen, you know how soothing it is. And it is not difficult at all. The meaning is very simple. You know why? It is what we do 24/7. Not something else. What we are doing daily, that is what told. Through that, what is Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa is revealed. There is nothing new. What we are familiar with only, that is there in the help of that. So that is Vedanta. Once you know this, you will be able to remember. You may not remember Sanskrit, but the gist you remember. It will give you an idea what is your Swarupa. What is expected of you to discover and gain the knowledge as well. Next time, we will dwell on it.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोकरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ.